Hi everyone, it's Brave here again. I hope everyone's having a great day or night wherever you are in the world. God bless everyone. I hope you're all safe and sound. So, I'm going to talk about karma today. Now, I believe what goes around comes around. That is a very important thing that all people need to remember is that there's cause and effect. When you do something bad or go out into the world and create horrible situations for other people, you are going to incur karma. What goes around comes around. You are going to get back in some way, shape, or form some kind of bad luck or terrible misfortune for you and your family because of your choice to go out into the world and spread negativity, to do negative, awful acts. Now, it may not happen immediately. People don't get instant karma, but karma has no deadline and you will get what you deserve. And the thing that people don't understand is that people who are, say the victim, for instance, of a robbery where they were beaten during the house robbery or burglary, they might have broke free from the person, who was robbing the house and tied them up and beat them, and they might have got a gun or a baseball bat and managed to hurt the people who were hurting them. Now, even though, in my opinion, that person has every right to defend themselves, they're the victim of a serious situation, a serious crime. But and however, there might be some karma incurred if that person goes too far with their revenge or their retaliation. So, it's like if someone broke in my house right now, runs up on me, with a baseball bat, but I just get a gun out and shoot them dead. Even though that person could have done something terrible to me, because I've now taken their life, then I might incur karma because I didn't just point the gun and say get out. you know so it's very confusing sometimes, where there are situations where people will say, oh well, he didn't hurt you, when, well, what if he had got to me? What if I hadn't had the gun? He could have done terrible things to me. But then some people might say, well, you didn't have to kill him, certain things like that. But it's not, it doesn't always make sense. It's not always fair, because in my opinion, why should the victim get any karma, when they take revenge or defend themselves, stand their ground, whatever? I mean, it's very confusing, but let's focus on the bad people who genuinely deserve karma. So, uh, I know a few people in my past, not now, who were really nasty, selfish people. They always went out of their way to hurt someone. They didn't look after their kids. CPS and social services had to always be checking on their kids' safety and stuff like that. Now, it took years and years and years before that monster got their karma, and people always would say, why are they always seeming to have good luck? Because they seem to always have enough money and always get lucky opportunities and always get, whatever they wanted. That's what it looked like on the outside to all of us who were good people. But they did get their karma. It took a long time, but when they did get their karma, it was like relentless, and it broke them, pushed them down to their knees. And so, even though we might not always see the karma that someone else is getting for the bad stuff they've done to us, because we'll be feeling like, hey, I want a front row seat, warm up some popcorn. I want to see this karma break them. I want to see them in pain the way they laughed at my pain and didn't care what they did to me or my family or whoever they hurt. Like, I can understand that feeling, because, I'm all for getting revenge when revenge is necessary. If someone's done something terrible to you, I don't see why I wouldn't get revenge, Um, because I have to teach you a lesson. I have to show you that it's not okay for you to go around hurting people and destroying people, or physically, barring people, or, beating people, whatever it is. And so to me, I have no problem with taking revenge on someone who's done something terrible to me or someone I care about. And other people will say, oh no, you have to let, the law take care of it. You can't be vigilantes. You can't take the law into your own hands. Well, we don't have police who give a shit about us. We don't have police who want to help us and save us and protect us. Half the time, the police are the bloody criminals and the murderers and the paedophiles and the rapists. So, yes, there are instances where you would have to take the law into your own hands. Obviously, you don't want to put yourself in the law's hands, as in you don't want to get caught, getting your revenge. But it's like, you know, it's very annoying, like how people will do terrible things to people and really act like shocked when you want to get revenge on them or when you do something bad to them. Like, they're so delusional and stupid. They really do believe they have the right to hurt others. They're so effed up in the head and entitled that they feel like, I mean, clearly they have some psychological issue, because no normal person in their right mind is going to feel they have control over the whole world and people need to say, do what they say. I mean, look at this sick P. Diddy, just what he's been doing, to people around him. And sadly, those people didn't feel brave enough to take him down. A lot of them were happy to take money from him. A lot of them could have been scared. He could have threatened them, but majority of them were just taking bribes, and that's the sad thing. I don't understand how it took so long for one of them to say anything. Like, even the girlfriend who did the civil suit, she didn't do the criminal thing first. She did the civil thing first. And even though now it's come out that, the police or the FBI or whoever in the States have got information and witnesses coming forward now. But if she didn't come forward, and she'd been with him for 10 years, so she'd been seeing him R-ing people, drugging her even, R-ing her, forcing her to do things she doesn't want to do for 10 years. And that kind of confused me, because why did you stay? And a couple of things have been said by the girl, Cassie. She said that when she did finally get away from him this is before the 10 years was up, she got away and managed to escape to a friend, and he did, but then apparently she thought he didn't know where she was. Then apparently he tracked her down. He might have had a tracking chip in her phone, or he might have had, maybe she used her cash card, her credit card, obviously, and he's got people monitoring her, whatever. He's got crooked police, who can see things, if someone uses their credit card somewhere or wherever. So when he found out where she was, and then he got like his lawyers or something to tell her, if you don't come back, we won't release your music. So she admits that she went back because she wanted her music career. So she was willing to tolerate and be a witness to all this abuse of others and herself for money. And this is what I was saying in another video, how your dignity and your integrity should be priceless. No amount of money in the world could move me to witness crimes of rape and abuse and paedophilia and not get evidence and go straight to the FBI. Like, I don't understand how people can turn a blind eye to these things. If you are a good, decent person with a good morals and decency, integrity, you protect others, there is no way you would. I mean, obviously, if someone drugs you, that's, you don't know you're being drugged. You don't know. Once you're passed out, you have no idea what they've done to you until after you come round. But once you come round and realise, oh my gosh, I've been hard, I'm in pain, I'm bleeding, or whatever, and the person tells you to your face, yeah, I took advantage of you, I put something in your drink, and the person is beating you and dragging you up and down hotel hallways and paying people off. Like, once you got away, you were lucky enough to get away to your friend. And even though, yes, he tracked you down, you shouldn't have gone back. like, because you went back for many more years in order to get your music out, which is crazy. You could have joined another label, you could have got, you know, your music, like you could have dated another rapper or some music person. Like, it's weird that people will allow people to abuse them and humiliate them and do terrible things to them just for money, so they benefit from fame and money. I don't even think she got any money, because the only thing she was getting was the music, and he probably controlled the money from the music. So she probably didn't even get anything. That's probably why years later, now, like, she's coming to do the civil suit, now she's with a new man. He probably was like, all that money you should have been owed for royalties of music and blah blah blah, why don't you have all the evidence, you know, you can prove he's done things to you, because she must have had some backup evidence in order to create the civil suit, you know, some kind of physical evidence enough to convince the feds or whoever to go and get the search warrant to take out all his computers and things like that. And Kim Porter's book that recently was published, it says in there that he had a vault of tapes where he was secretly taping people after he drugged them and done things with them, or if they were willing victims. You know, sadly, a lot of them are willing victims. They are given the opportunity of, do this humiliating stuff for money and for fame, or leave, and they choose not to leave. Like, it's obviously different for the victims who were just drugged and things were done to them against their will. That is different. That is not a willing victim. Like, if I go to a party, I don't expect anyone to drug me and put things in my drink. And then the sad thing is, he was putting it in the water and the fruit juice as well, because he knew that people would have heard about him spiking the alcohol or whatever, and they probably wouldn't take the glass of champagne that's already been opened. So they might think, let me take a bottle of water. But he's already laced the water with some type of knockout drug. He's already laced the fruit juice, you know, so that when they pour it, it's going to get into the drink anyway to knock them out. So yeah, this is very, very sickening. Like, he's going to get massive karma. And you see how they're keeping him in jail right now, and he was so confident that he was going to leave and go back to his stupid mansion full of baby oil, £1,000 of baby oil. And you know, Mr. P. Kelly, him and R. Kelly must be twins. But yeah, it's very strange how, what kind of people, like, are just constantly on the prowl. The only type of person who is like that is some kind of psychopath predator, because he can't even do business with someone without trying to drug them and rape them. That's so frightening. And it's men as well. Men, women, young boys. What is going on? Like, even that girlie, I think he adopted some Italian looking girl a while ago and had her on, like, his Instagram or something, saying, oh, tell everyone how I adopted you and how I rescued you from the streets. And it just looked so creepy, him and all his sons all leaning all over the girl, and the girl looked about 11. And I just thought, where are her parents? Like, what do you mean she was homeless in the streets? Like, what's going on? Like, and then she's disappeared now. No one knows where she is. You know, God knows what they did to the poor girl. And you know, the things, that the rumors about what he did to Usher and Justin Bieber and other people, Little Bow Wow and all these people, allegedly. No, those things are probably, you know, going to come out now, like all that stuff. Because why would there even be rumors for so many years? You know, obviously, yes, people can make up rumors or whatever, but his bodyguard, one of his bodyguards, Gene Deal, has been speaking for years about all the things he witnessed with his own eyes, and he's not even been sued, or, you know, obviously he must not fear Diddy, because I think he was part of, like, tough street gang people who were protecting Diddy from other street gangs when he went out, you know. So he obviously doesn't fear Diddy, because he is maybe higher up in the dangerous hierarchy of the life, the gang life they all were involved in. But it is just so crazy. Like, I cannot understand how there are so many predators, just sick predators out here, black, white, young, old, women, men, and so many people willing to help them, willing to be complicit and cooperate with the predator and help them. I mean, it's just so gross. And, with Karma, it's like the people who helped him, even if they just were the ones who brought people there to the parties, knowing those people were going to drink a drugged, cocktail and be raped, those people are going to get karma too. Because imagine karma sometimes is like a shotgun with buckshot in it, and even though you shoot at the target, which would be Diddy, but then all that buckshot is going to spray and hit all those other people who did disgusting things, who knowingly took innocent victims there, smiled in their face and said, yeah, have a good night, turned their back and left those people there like lambs to the slaughter. They led them there knowing they were going to get hurt, knowing they were going to, be arred and abused. And that is just so revolting. But they will get their karma too. Don't you worry. But it's just not fair that